my fellow travelers on this spaceship Earth, spiraling through space and time. We're moving right along here. We've been providing you with this look at the way in which, our life is structured through the mental programming of the personality. It's doing it for our own good. That's the beauty of it. It's really just here to help us survive.
Not as individuals.
No, it doesn't care about you as an individual. That's up to you, and that's why we present you with this information so that you can begin to see where you get caught, Is it harmonia that catches you? Is it parvati? Is it Thoth, or any of the number of gods that we've covered so far? Or is it the one that we're going to deal with today?
The face of Prometheus. And again, we come from that Greco-Roman tradition. Prometheus is a complex face. We associate him with giving to humanity the gift of fire, that all essential quality that transformed us to be able to live as civilized human beings. But there's more to Prometheus than just the fire. I mean, he was punished for giving fire to humans, but he also didn't take well to that punishment. He continued to disrespect, I think, the other gods is a good way to put it. And his brother married a woman who, maybe the gods couldn't quite get to Prometheus by chaining him to, a mountaintop, and then the eagle ate his liver every day. Eventually they let him go. So I think they punished his brother a little bit to hopes to get back at him. And his brother married a woman named Pandora.
Pandora.
And she got a wedding gift. And that wedding gift, which she opened, released famine, chaos, war, violence, all of unleashed the forces on humanity that had never been seen before. This is that fall from the loss of innocence of humanity that really, life is about struggle. It's a dog-eat-dog world over here in the face of Prometheus. And so we get, yes, there is this fire to Prometheus, but there is also the will to war, this is the warrior cult of the wheel, if we want to call it that. And, what do you do when males have reproduced? How do you deal with their aggressiveness? How do you deal with the non-essential ones that don't really have a real useful purpose? Well, you send them to war. You kill them off. And if you don't do that anymore, then you occupy their aggressiveness with things like sports or ways in which they can compete and get that physical aggressive drive.
Exercise their fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, there is some interesting things here, this in Prometheus, this willingness, which I find fascinating from a female's point of view. Anyone that is willing to kill and be killed in order to eventually possibly have peace. I mean, it seems like a kind of a backwards way of going about it from a female standpoint.
An oxymoron, perhaps?
But here, we saw that, society, the bonds of duality, there's a pattern to be defended. Well, here's the defenders of the pattern. This is where the willingness to go to war in order to keep us away from them.
And all for our protection as a species.
Yeah.
I have a lot of individuality in my chart. It's something I'm very happy about. But I also have the 360. And the 360 is the format energy for individuality. It begins in my sun in the 60th gate in the first line, acceptance. And it finishes in surrender. It's like the order comes out of the chaos as it will. Again, it's not something that can be controlled, but it's something that has to be understood in every part of what's individual in you, is that you move from acceptance into surrender. If you accept something completely, you then surrender into it and order comes out of the chaos. The inner knowing that comes from just living your design and feeling into what's going on is something that can produce new information. That's why people in design, as they go through their process, come up with new ways of seeing things, new ways of describing things, new beauties that have not been said before. I mean, there are so many. We think about creativity that is based in something that has gone before and they've made it different. This is about seeing what the difference is in. The wonderful thing about being deep in this knowledge or moving into this process, moving into the freedom of letting go in your own life and just enjoying the ride, is that you get to see others who have a unique knowing and they are centered in that knowing. So you hear different things. And it's always interesting. It's almost like, wow. I say wow a lot more, with a lot more joy than I ever did. Because it's not like hearing someone's quote for something. It's actually about the way they describe things, about how they speak and what they can see that has not been said before. So what I would like to say about this is there's no hurry. It's a process. The road is a long road. It's not a quick road. It's not like instant coffee. It's not like, you can chant a mantra and suddenly everything's going to be okay. This is about something that opens up in your life because it is your life. And it takes time. There's no way to force it. There's no way to force any of it, really. And everything that you try to do in that way just gets in the way. One of the things that I love more than anything else is music. And the female voice especially. There's a way of traveling with music that I guess I'm not a trained musician, but I'm a lover of music. I'm a lover of dance. I'm a lover of storytelling in the way that it can be played out in both those ways. And in being able to center yourself in your own solidity, you get to find out other things about what you love. And what you love is a passion. What you love opens up in front of you. So the journey for me is an endless one, until I kick the bucket. But it's something that is always new. That's another thing. Human design people always have a kind of cheekiness to them, a kind of freshness to them in a way. If you're standing around, 4 people from the cross of mutation, they've seen it all before and they're just looking for something different. Does something else stand out or not? Is this something that is worth their attention? And when they find something that's worth their attention, it's something just to breathe in and enjoy. So there are no answers. There's an endless movement on the road is where all this is going to. But with the windows clean and getting clearer, it doesn't happen quickly, and we're all at different stages of dealing with our own not self that we haven't dealt with. So that's our cutting edge. But the thing is, we can see more as we go further down this journey. And that's why it's such a joy. So acceptance, surrender equals joy.